they're making this thing compulsory. Somebody's going to be making money from this. Now at $23 an ounce from $11 an ounce. And that's been something I've been telling people. At some point, we're looking at $55, $100 an ounce. 80% of the world's microchips come from Taiwan. How do I find, in a time where everything is going down, how do I find the things that are going up and floating? I think if there are financial regulators, they should be at the mall, not at investment opportunities. Hey guys, hope you're all doing just great. Now, I'm going to be talking about what you should be looking at in time of recession, because I don't want everybody sinking and drowning. Picture the Titanic. You're on this boat. There's Jack and there's Rose on this little block. Now they're in the water. You can either be the people drowning in the water, or you can be Rose on this plank of wood and just let Jack drown, okay? Find what's floating when everything's going down. Hope you enjoy this video. So people have been asking me, what should we look at? What should we be investing in during a global recession when things are looking like everything is going down? We should obviously have our eyes open to opportunity. Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin. So we got to start looking at, well, what's going to go up? Well, let's look at the last crisis that we had. We just came out of COVID-19. We were all locked down. Everybody was shut in the house. What was my brain thinking and what was I saying? Because I made more money in COVID-19 than I probably made in the last 5 years previous combined. And so what was my mind thinking? Everybody's shut in. Number one, they're going to be ordering like crazy food. So I best buy some Deliveroo or some Uber Eats or even Uber. And these stocks flew through the roof. I also bought Netflix, McDonald's as well. And all these things shot up, especially things like Tesco, because everybody was panic buying. So this was just how my mind was thinking. You just jump on a platform. Today you can get them on your mobile phone. You don't need to go to Wall Street and trade and shout at screens. You can do it from the comfort of your own phone. And all I did was, through some technical analysis skills that I have, I just decided, let me buy at these levels. I think as well, while everybody was sort of complaining about to vaccinate or not to vaccinate, that was the big question at the time. My thoughts were, well, they're making this thing compulsory. Somebody's going to be making money from this, so it's best to buy some Pfizer stocks, because if it's compulsory, you've already controlled supply and demand dynamics. Demand is engineered into it, so clearly this is 100% guaranteed to go up. And I think my Pfizer did over 200% returns for me. But one thing that I think people ignored that I was saying years ago, guys, pay attention to precious metals. Silver is going to fly through the roof. And silver is one of those unique metals, because the world has come off of the gold standard. America dropped the gold standard and became the world reserve currency. So everything pretty much is backed by the US dollar. Now we're looking at America heading into some serious problems. Already you've got countries like Russia and places also in the Middle East deciding right now, let's come off of the US dollar as the gold standard. Let's divine our own sort of gold standard. The US dollar is in trouble. You're talking trillions upon trillions upon trillions of debt that there is just no human way possible to pay back. At some point, fiat currency itself as a system is going to crash. Whether that means we move on to crypto currency as a base or blockchain as a base, I don't know. But at some point, fiat currency as a system is going to be annihilated, because the debt is simply unmanageable. You can tweak this thing to oblivion, but all new governments do is they pass the buck of debt to the next government so they can look good in their time. Look, free student loans. Look, we're canceling this. We're paying off that. We've put more money towards this. Who is paying for all of this? All you're doing is printing off more cash, which is paper money. It's not backed by silver or gold, and that thing is devaluing drastically. Couple that with the lockdown and everything we've just been through, things are going to only go from bad to worse. Now, before COVID-19, when I was yelling at everyone, buy silver, prior to COVID-19, people were asking me, well, what do I do with this thing? I said, it was $10 an ounce. I said, buy it like crazy. People are losing their money in COVID. People are losing their jobs, wondering what to do. Silver, by the time COVID was going in its full motion, silver went up 100%. It's now at $23 an ounce from $11 an ounce. And that's been something I've been telling people. At some point, we're looking at $55, $100 an ounce. Right now, there is price suppression on silver, simply because there's actually less silver in the world. We're using it at a quicker rate than we're able to even get it from the ground. So silver is a huge opportunity that people want to be thinking about, especially diversifying into sort of safe havening in silver. Now, I have to make clear, nothing I'm saying is financial advice. Everything I'm saying is just friendly conversation. I would not be putting my money on silly bags and shoes and all this stuff that will wither away. I would store my money right now into silver, because at this moment it's so cheap. And also in the UK, if you buy the silver sovereigns, you don't pay capital gains tax on the sale of a silver sovereign. So it makes sense to me that silver is the big next purchase. In fact, while we're speaking right now, if you want to see, I purchased silver just before I got on this call. Just before I got on this call, I saw silver was right down. I got into silver and now I'm up. Can you see that on my chart? I don't know if we can get this to zoom in, but I'm up $900 right now on silver. And I'm expecting to cash out on this around $10,000 today while I'm sitting with you. Silver is simply, it's that simple. It's a precious metal. You cannot print it. No government can dilute it. It's made by God, because stars need to collide and explode over millions of years, then form into our sedentary levels of our soil, compress and heat over millions of years to even form silver. So nobody can manipulate the price of silver. It's just a smart decision to be involved in the silver industry. Now, silver is something that I believe will climb in the future. One day, the price suppression on silver is going to be lifted. The moment it is, people are going to realize they've been fooled all along. Silver potentially could be more precious than gold, simply because, again, it's being consumed at a faster rate. It's cheaper to use than gold is. But I think there are other precious metals that people should be paying attention to. Copper is going to be a huge opportunity. Right now, what people aren't paying attention to is geopolitical issues around China right now and Taiwan. Taiwan manufactures over, I think it's 80% of the world's microchips come from Taiwan. With the world becoming more technological, you need microchips. This is why Taiwan is such contested ground, because microchips are used in tanks, in nuclear bombs, in aerospace technology, weaponry. We need microchips, and simply put, we're running out of silicon. Silicon is located in such a small landmass called Taiwan. That's why it's so prospered, and China is contesting over Taiwan right now, and a move on Taiwan will spell World War III, make no doubt about it. But what do you also put in that silicon microchip? Copper. So as the world moves towards more technological advancement, you want to be smart. Don't just hear this information. Do your homework, do your research, find some apps on your phone. Life is so much easier. We can now open up apps on our phone and be long-term position traders. Instead of getting in and out, we can hold positions and leave it 5, 6 years into the future and let these things mature. Now, the reason why most people are not going to do anything with what I said is because most people have been programmed, sort of brainwashed in a way, into instant gratification. I think if there are financial regulators, they should be at the mall, not at investment opportunities, because the mall is the biggest scam of all, because you are buying things that are ultimately depreciating in value. Whether you bought a scam once and it didn't pay off, you're doing that to yourself every single day anyway when you buy those clothes that you just have to buy, that Dior bag just to impress everybody around you that you just got to get, or even that nice luxury watch. Now listen, I buy a lot of dumb stuff, but I do that with residual income, money that's already making money for me. So you want to be thinking, as we're heading into this recession right now, and I'm hearing like brace for impact, we're about to crash, the economy is about to go down. You want as much money diversified into precious metals, assets as possible, but you also want to be thinking in terms of, hey, I need to get as much cash as I can, because if the market goes down, especially around January, February, March, the housing market is also going to take this massive hit. The bubbles are going to come. And so what you want to be thinking, I need to cash rich, because a lot of these guys who got their houses at premium levels are going to sell for cash. They're going to try and hold as much as they can, sell for cash. You got 200-300 laying around, you're going to be good. But this is how you want to be thinking. You want to be thinking, how do I find, in a time where everything is going down, how do I find the things that are going up and floating? Think about the Titanic movie, for example. Rose was smart, Jack was stupid. Jack is hanging on to the edge. Rose is sitting on the thing that floats. You can be in the water complaining with everybody, inflation, or you can find some things that are floating, grab a hold of them, put your money into them. Don't say it's risky, it's riskier not to. I hope you've enjoyed the session. But before I go, look at this, guys, silver. Just have a look at that. Silver just rising as we're talking, just what I spoke to you about. All I've done is some simple analysis. Right now I'm sitting comfortably at $2,000 up on silver. You should be able to see the number right down here. $2,000 up on silver. $2,000 is what somebody tried to do all month. I just did it in literally 5 minutes beginning this video. Just to show you, you can either work hard or work smart. You just got to get educated. You got to start knowing what you're doing. You got to start thinking about your life. Do you want to work hard, give all your time for this silly thing called money that I just made in about 5 minutes talking to you on this video? Or are you going to get educated, learn some new skills, find out what you need to do, and put your money in something? Einstein once said insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Well, with that said, the world is insane, in my opinion. Have a good day and see you at the top. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below your biggest takeaway, and don't just leave. Hit that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe as well, because what this will allow you to do is anytime we go live with another video, you'll be in the loop. We have some events coming up that we want you to stay up to date with. We don't want you to miss anything. So make sure you subscribe and join the family. See you at the top.